G'day mate and welcome back to Captain Mystery with me, Jitty. In our last episode, we dealt with food. We dealt with the spaghetti around food. We dealt with most of the spaghetti around food. We didn't get all the spaghetti done, but we got most of the spaghetti done. Today, I'd love to get back to food. I'd love to get back to food processing, but there's a small problem. Even though we're down to just 10 months worth of food, because we keep adding population, but we don't really do anything about adding more farms, I need to deal with a slightly more pressing issue. And the slightly more pressing issue is, well, we're not making any nuclear fuel, which is a problem because, well, all our power comes from nuclear fuel. Yeah, also our water for our farms also comes from nuclear fuel. And if we're not making any nuclear fuel, that means I can't run the farms, which means I can't run the food processing. Also, if I don't have any nuclear fuel, I don't have any power. So we need to deal with that. We have a couple of other small things I need to deal with as well, but the nuclear fuel is sort of right at the top of the list. So that's going to be today's plan, the very first thing I need to do. But before I get to any of that, I need to ask the very important question. That is, of course, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video. Well, I'll tell you what, you're not invited to the Factorio Family Feud this weekend over at Twitch. At the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above and beyond, those that choose to support the channel. Today, I need to thank a wonderful Patreon member who is not going to be in charge of a large tree harvester, actually going to be in charge of, well, this little truck here, because their name is, well, Mad Trekker. Or Mad Tracker. I'm not sure whether it's one or the other, but they're going to be in charge of, well, this little truck here, because if they're a Mad Tracker, then I can't help them. If they're a Mad Trekker, the good news is I got a lot of trekking for this truck to do, because it's a unit truck rather than a dump truck, and therefore it's going to be in charge of moving food up and down the crater until we actually work out how to get all that done with belts. But before I get to any of that, I need to deal with a couple of other problems. First problem is we have a low supply of vehicle parts, which is problematic because that means I have a low supply of oil. Low supply of oil is a bad thing to have. So I need to get more vehicle parts so we can trade oil faster, so we can, so what we're going to do is we're going to very simply upgrade all, none of those happen in the right order. We're going to upgrade all three of these buildings. Yes, all three of these buildings to the next stage, which means I now need to have 24 mechanical parts, also 24 electronics, also 48 iron. And if we do a quick double check, I have 24 electronics coming from 24 copper. I have 24 mechanical parts to run both of these guys, not a problem, which is going to come from 12 steel. I also need another 6, 12, 24 steel, which is problematic because I'm only making 24 steel, so we need to find the right button and unpause all three of those. Also unpause the crusher, which will feed those, which then means I need to make sure I have 48 iron. The good news is, well, we have 48 iron already running, so that should solve that problem. That should double the amount of vehicle parts I'm bringing in, which should fix our oil problem. All right, with our oil problem hopefully sorted, I need to also deal with Mr. Shippy. Mr. Shippy's been sitting here for ages with 640 construction parts on him, ready to go. They are waiting for, well, to be headed out to the sulfur mine, upgrade the sulfur mine from a level 6 to a level 8. Once it gets to level 8, we can run it at full speed. Also means that, well, as there's no pirates left, Mr. Shippy doesn't need a crew. Not unless he's doing deliveries. He ain't doing any deliveries right now. So after this is done, we can bring him back and remove all his crew. Also means that I'm pretty sure that is going to max out. I'm pretty sure level 8 is as high as you go. We need to wait for it to done, but I'm pretty sure that's as high as you go. You can I need you to land. Land, come on. Yep, pull up, stop, and unload crew. All right, that gives me some population, which is good because they keep dying off occasionally when we get the flu. Sulfur mine done? Sulfur mine is done. It doesn't have a upgrade button, so you are maxed out. All right, next thing we need to do, speaking of sulfur, is I need to, do a little modification here. Because I have tofu, and tofu needs sulfur. And funnily enough, we have a whole oil refinery around here, which tends to have some sulfur. So I want to build that belt. At the same time, you might notice I have 2 pipes here. These are for, well, fertilizer. Because we had too much sour water, we're actually burning, I don't like it either. We're actually burning an awful lot of ammonia and turning it to hydrogen, which I don't really need. So instead, we're going to, well, start pumping fertilizer into the very, 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 very new farms. So I took the liberty of, well, between episodes, running some pipes and some belts, because you guys have seen probably all the pipes and belts you ever need to see, especially for a, well, design like this where it literally just wraps around the edge of the map, and because every single pipe for fertilizer needed to be flipped in direction. You are not connected. Where are you not connected? Right there. Right there is where you're not connected. Can I get that done? Okay, if I click on that pipe now, it should connect to there as one solid piece. And if I click on that one, it should show me fertilizer as well. Okay, so all these pipes had to be flipped in direction, which is painful and slow to do, but they are now done, which means we can fill that with fertilizer. Now, at the same time, our sulfur's been brought down to here, and this shall run into, well, our food. Now, before I get too much further into, well, food and a whole bunch of other things I need to fix, I did get all the belts done. I did get all the belts built because every single output of food I wanted to travel left. And if we look at the original build, we can see that, well, these are two separate bits of belt, which means I'd have to click the flippy button twice. And as I hate RSI, because it's not fun, I decided to get the belts built at least. So that's one solid belt, so I can flip them both at one hit. We'll find out what the problem is with that in just a second. All right, but with sulfur plugged in, also with eventually soybeans plugged in, you should be ready to go. But I want to do a couple of things. So every one of these builds, I want to double them in length. I don't think we need the throughput capacity for most of these, but it's easier to do this when they don't exist and we're dealing with ghosts than it is, well, when they're finished. Also means I don't need that build, or that build. That's medical. I do need medical, so we're just gonna pick up medical and we're gonna put it over here out of the way. You are on my plastic box that I need to remember to plug back into stacks. You are ethanol, which I do need to duplicate. Also, I need to put this back here. This is our excess to burn off both cooking oil and to burn off ethanol, which I still need to plug in. We still need to work out exactly how that's going to work. That is bread. That is meat. That is sausages. That is snacker brews. Yes, and that is cake. I don't need any of those. I do need to double up our chicken farms, and I'm going to put that over there because I'm going to need that in the future in just a second. All right, back to doubling these. I want to take ethanol, and ethanol, in ethanol's case, I actually want to triplicate it because potentially we need it for medical. We also potentially could use it for plastic making. That is snackaroos, which we're going to double. That is bread, which we're going to triple. That is our output belt for fruit, which we will come back and talk about in just a second. Fruit, veggies. That was veggies. This is fruit. This is cake. This is sausages, which I think the chance of me running 3 machines is pretty slim. The chance of me running 6 machines is even slimmer. That I want to cut. Oh, bugger. Yeah, that's literally what I want. Cool. All right. That's a lot of complaints. All right. This is meat trimmings. Now, it has been pointed out that you can run meat and meat trimmings in the same building with some priorities in the building. And in theory, it works. I haven't tested it, but I've noticed in-building priorities are a little bit hit and miss. And as I want to make sure that our meat production is full before we worry about the other, I'm going to choose to run separate buildings. It does mean, like, it's a couple of extra workers. Let's be honest. It's 8 workers. It's 8 workers. It's not a big amount. But I do want 1 extra building for meat trimmings. And then we're going to just put a whole lot of meat on the end. And we'll get to the other stuff later. All right. Oh, okay. I see your problem. We finished filling in all the rock. There you go. All right, have some more rock. Also, inner team is planning for a future project that we're going to talk about in like 2 minutes. All right. So that does that. I also should mention that I did get this built. You and you. All right, I did manage to work out how to do the flat belts for fruit and veggies. We're going to filter off fruit. I'm going to bring it into the middle, which we're then going to pass over the top, which will then run through a balancer, which will then fill up the box. It'll take the excess fruit that we can't use and shove it out this belt, which point it'll go up over to the digesters eventually. As for veggies, they're going to pass straight through a balancer, which is going to prioritize out that way, which will go down to the housing eventually, and the excess is going to come over here as well. As for these belts at this point should be pretty much empty. In fact, they should be entirely empty because we've filtered everything off them. So I decided to merge them all together, also prioritize them out closest to the wall, and then we can, merge them back in together to continue flowing them out off to animal food farm, animal feed. The other two belts, which is going to be full of like all the excess, are going to come in here. They're already in, and then they should come through the same balancer and shove out onto 2 belts, potentially 4 belts. We'll come back to that problem in the future. All right. Food processing we're going to have to get back to because what I need to do is I need to work out nuclear. Now, nuclear. We have researched the fast breeding reactor. Fast breeding reactor a little while ago. Fast breeding reactor is a bigger and better reactor. It's a bigger and better reactor. Works wonderfuls. Yes, bigger and better reactor. But the biggest issue with this particular reactor is, all its fuel comes as a fluid. So you need to run pipes to your reactor, which is fine. We can run pipes to the reactor, but our original reactor we had over here has sort of burnt through all its fuel. It doesn't have any fuel left, which is not entirely true because I do have hidden over here 15 MOX fuel. 15 MOX fuel that nobody's bothered to pick up and take and shove into this box. And now it's being shoved into that box, it's going to be fed into that reactor. The reactor's going to turn back on for a little bit. I want to burn out all the MOX fuel on the map. I don't want to deal with MOX fuel. I want it gone. So I'm going to enable the second recipe to make sure we're definitely going to burn out every bit of MOX fuel, at which point I don't have to worry about MOX fuel anymore. Speaking of MOX fuel and spent fuel both being stored up into, radioactive waste storage. What we can do with a fast breeding reactor is we can actually process that into blanket fuel. Blanket fuel is one of the types of fuel that a fast breeding reactor uses. So what I want to do is I want to build 2 nuclear storages here and here, and also build one of these in just a second and start processing, our fuel, our old fuel. We want to recycle it and turn it into, fuel that I can use. It is going to give us some fission products, but the fission products go into storage, and after 100 years, they output as retired waste. Retired waste, I can turn to scrap, which means I end up with a situation where I don't have to store lots and lots and lots of nuclear waste forever. But to do that, what I need to do is I need to, I need to burn out first. Look, we're just going to click that button. I'm going to set a reasonably high export on it. I don't know if that's going to work because the fuel's still coming out, which means that might stop the fuel getting there. We'll find out. We'll find out. Either way, they should end up coming over here and getting put into the storage. But I have another problem. My other problem is I don't have a lot of fuel. And I'm going to make this worse by even turning off this build. Because, I have some amount of fuel. I have some amount of the better fuel. The core fuel required to make a fast breeding reactor run. But I'm not producing any uranium because I'm backed up on depleted uranium. So what I want to do is I want to take a belt. I want to take a belt from right here, and we're going to be going all the way around the edge and over to here and over to here and over to here. Because my depleted uranium is backed up, we're just going to take a belt. We're going to start emptying that belt, and therefore I'm going to start making some normal enriched uranium 4%, which I will then take and turn into enriched uranium 20%, which I will then be turned into core fuel to run the fast breeding reactor. Cool. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is I want to get this building up and running. This building is going to require acid, molten glass, and salt. Salt is here. I need to move my salt. To somewhere where my trucks can access it. It's going to go here. Cool. We're going to move salt to there. Trucks can still access that, which means I can remove that bucket and that belt. Delete C's, and you need to flow the other direction. Cool. All right, so then into this building, I need to get molten glass. Molten glass I happen to have right here, let's go down a little bit and into there. Cool, molten glass, number 1. Number 2 is I need to get salt. Salt we've just put here. which should go in like so. That's number 2. Number 3 is acid. Acid is right here in a pipe, so I'm just going to run my acid up and over the top. Cool. Alright, so then that leaves me putting in MOX fuel or spent fuel. I have MOX fuel right here, I have spent fuel right here. What we're going to be doing is literally taking a belt, transport belts, slow belt, from there to, I don't care how, I really don't care how you get here. Done. And on that, I'm also going to attach normal spent fuel, and I want to have that belt done and that belt done, and then I want to have this building done. This building is going to take in my acid plus my molten glass plus my salt and give me blanket fuel and the fission products. The fission products are going to go straight to here, which will go into this storage. This storage is going to take 100 years before I need to worry about its output, and it will just output retired waste. We can deal with that shortly. Eventually, in 100 years or so. The other thing it's going to give me is blanket fuel, but blanket fuel I get from a number of places. So when I feed fuel into the fast breeding reactor, it takes our core fuel, this one, the red one, and it gives us back spent core fuel. Now I can process a certain amount of that spent fuel back into normal fuel and get a couple of fission products. Fission products, of course, go into, well, the wonderful bucket of later problems. Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay. The other thing is our nuclear reactor. Our nuclear reactor, the fast breeding reactor, will take our blanket fuel and it'll enrich a certain portion of it. Now, when it enriches a certain portion of it, it actually gives me back core fuel, which goes into the reactor to make the reactor run. It's a very perpetual machine, actually, the fast breeding reactor. So, you also output blanket fuel, but if you're outputting blanket fuel and I put too much blanket fuel into the system, I don't get back my core fuel. I'd like to get back my core fuel. So what I need to do is I need to take my output from here, which I'm going to put in a very large pipe, and I need to put it on, one more tile forward. Okay, fine, be like that. That tile. Okay, I need to put it on this pipe. This pipe is for my blanket fuel. I also have another process which takes depleted uranium and salt, gives me blanket fuel. Blanket fuel is really cheap to make, but I would like to make sure that any old spent fuel that I'm processing, I get the blanket fuel from that rather than from depleted uranium. Depleted uranium is annoying, but it's way easier to store than spent fuel. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that this balancer has a priority in, so we use this source first for our blanket fuel, and then if I have any extra, it's going to come from this pipe from this machine. But before I get to any of that, I need to actually plug in one more pipe for a reactor, because this is going to be my core fuel. This is my spent fuel, which goes back into this nuclear reprocessing plant. This is my blanket fuel, which we just spoke about. But also I have the enriched blanket fuel, which is missing its pipe, which is this pipe. Little pipe, please. Little pipe, yeah, from there to there to there to there. Now, what we have prior to the new additions we did with today's episode is all part of my little nuclear blueprint. My little nuclear blueprint that gives you all the bits and pieces you need for nuclear really quickly and really easily. It is not designed to reprocess your spent fuel. You can add that on the end, which is what I've done. It's designed to run a reactor forever, which is essentially what I have here. What I have here is enough to run a reactor forever. The only thing that you need to do is, turn off making old fuel. We have a certain amount of old fuel in stock, and if I am correct, you have not burnt through all the MOX yet. But it's close to. Can I undo that so you could feed in the last of the MOX? You have 0 MOX left. So this must be our last piece of MOX being burnt through right now. All right. So what I need to do is I need to get my pipes. I need to get my pipes familiar with different fuel types from here to, here. The good news is I've had the digging team out between episodes, and they have put in a trench because we're going to be burying these pipes. Of course, we're going to be burying these pipes. All right. So I want to take core fuel. Core fuel we're going to be bringing into this tunnel. And then we're going to bring it to here. That's going to be our starting position. All right. Then on top of that, I need you. You are going to be our core fuel spent, which we're going to have run exactly beside that one. So I end up with one coming out and one being returned. All right, next one is going to be the blanket fuel. The blanket fuel, we're going to be running that as our third pipe. Yes. So can I get you to come to here, then to here, and then into the ground, and you'll be going that direction. And then my last pipe, which is a return pipe, will be you really don't want to do that for me? How about that? No? How about that? Really? What happens? Hang on. What happens if I do? Okay, I can do that, which gets the pipe to the height that I want. And then if I don't have that there, I should be able to plug that into the bottom. Cool. Then I should be able to plug from there no, height 2, height 3, and then into that top pipe. Top pipe, top pipe, top pipe. Done. Okay. It's a little bit of a pain to get there, but once it's done, it's done. All right. So that should be my 4 pipes. So we have an out for fuel, we have an out for fuel, we have a return for fuel, and we have a return for fuel. All right. With those done, just to confirm, you have our core fuel. You should have blanket fuel, but it's not flowing. Possibly because the pipes are 2 different dimensions, but that should be okay. You are definitely shoving core fuel onto that pipe, which is sitting there ready to go. All right. And then you are our 2 returns. Okay. Inner has no designations. Okay. Is inner done? Inner is done. All right. So before we get too much further, what I want to do is I want to start running these pipes. So we're going to run you to here, and then we're going to run down to here, and then we're going to run to here, and then to there. I really wish I'd removed these first. And then I'm going to run past our first reactor. Can I just get to that tile? That tile will do me. All right. Can I remove all of that? All right. So we have a pipe. Now, 1 pipe's good, but 2 pipes is better. So can I have a 2nd pipe and a 3rd pipe and a 4th pipe? Cool. With that done, I just need to have you flip the other direction, have you flip the other direction, and then we should be able to connect A to B, C to D, E to F, and I should have those pipes sitting at the front of this reactor. Cool. All right. Step 1, fuel. Step 2 is reactors. I want to have a fast breeding reactor. We're going to line this up. Okay, so you will go right here, okay, as a 1-for-1 replacement. Not right now, but in the future, you're going to go right there as a 1-for-1 replacement. But I have a couple of problems. One is, well, my pipe's going to be underground. 2, as you can see, it's a slightly larger footprint. So what I want to do is have you there as my blueprint. Actually, can I try and line that up again? So it is this section here. Yep, that's the section I need to run my pipes through to have it lined up for the reactor in the future. And just triple check again. Which line? Okay, phone just starts randomly playing videos. Okay, there. So one of my fuels, my core fuel. My core fuel is to the right of that black line. Okay, can I put you there? Okay, can I run pipes through to here? All right, we're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, before I get too much further carried away, can I get a fill? Can I fill that in? 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 And all the way through to here at least. Cool. All right. Can we go grab our dirt towers? You, temp dirty can start here and go to there. All right. Other dirty, that one can go from here to here, and then we'll get to the third one in a second. All right. So, to the right of that black line. So, to the right of that black line is where my first fuel needs to go in. So, what I'm going to do is, we're going to delete that. Okay, so I'm going to have you go up and down, and then that will be a fuel in, okay? Which would line up with that fuel in. All right, no, that was the wrong pipe. Cool, definitely the wrong pipe. Can I cut that? Can I cut that? Cut that and cut that. All right, so that's going to be the first fuel in. The second one is going to be this one, which again we're going to bring up and out, and then this will be a fuel return. Please go to there and there. Okay, then I have a double check, two tile gap. So the next one would be here, which would be again a fuel in, which I should be able to, those ones. Okay, can I flip you so you actually go in the right direction? That'd be even better. Actually, can I just cut you back? Yeah, cool. So there's a fuel in for our blanket fuel, and then we have our rich blanket fuel, which will be an out, which would be that tile. No, to there, and then back down, and then you are going to be like so. Okay, so in theory, if I take this and I try and line this back up, that is 2 tiles short of where my fuel is, which is perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I can extend those in 2 tiles in the future. For right now, we can just make it, no. Can I cut you square? Cool. Now I can just make that so. All right. So with that done, we're going to remove all of that, all of that, all of that, and all of that. Cool. And you have burnt out all your fuel. Yes, you are down to Moxie fuel. We're going to turn you off, and we're going to turn off that reactor entirely. All right. Next thing I need to do is run this pipe. Run this pipe. Oh, hello. Pipe. Cool. Up to basically where those excavators are. Cool. And then we should be able to go. Yeah, I know you're all blocked. Pipe 1. Bugger. Let's cut you back a few tiles. Okay. Pipe 1. Pipe. No. Why will you not work? Pipe 1, you should work. There to there to there. Huh? Alright, let me go build the pipes manually then if the game's going to be argumentative like this. Turns out the pipe was a little bit kinky. It had a kink in it. So that's been fixed. And that brings us pipes to here. Now, you are empty. You are good to go. Also, you have been shut down. It says 0 mox fuel. I don't know why it's got green on there, but I don't care. Oh. Yeah, it really shouldn't have any green on there because there's definitely no green fuel in there. All right, whatever. We have a small problem. We have a small problem when it comes to upgrading nuclear reactors, and that is... Where are we? Fast breeding reactor. It's slightly bigger. Well, rotate it around the right way. No, that way. Yep. It is slightly bigger. Like you're hanging into the sea bigger. So I need to rearrange a few things. So we're going to remove, well, this, because we don't need this fuel anymore. I don't need that output belt. I also don't need that bridge. You can be deleted. You can all be deleted. You are being emptied, but we're going to mark you for delete. That way, when you're done, you can go away. And that also means I need to push everything back. So we're going to cut our water pipe right here, remove that, and I need to remove that whole tank. Also need to remove all the waters in the tank. Yep. Can I put the tank... Go away. Can I put the tank here? Because every tile's going to matter. All right. Also means I don't need that reactor anymore. That old reactor can go away. And now you guys are done. Can we get you to dig through to there? Because the fuel can't quite get here yet. Go away. 14. Priority 2. Somebody come pick this up. Perfect. Okay. Go away. And that can now get dug through to there. All right. So, with that done, and that done, it means fast breeding reactor. I want to shove this hard up against the water tank and have it connect. It needs to connect there. All right, which means, no, I need to have this in my hand so we can have a look. I'm still not going to get trucks around, not big trucks at least. They are still going to be blocked on this side. There's nothing I can do about it. But I have new problems. Even after we get fuel plugged into this, it's going to have a new problem of it outputs a super pressure steam. It's a little bit bigger and better than high pressure steam. And we've built our water processing plant to use, well, high pressure steam, not super pressure steam. So I need to dispose of the super pressure steam and get high pressure steam because I need high pressure steam. So can I plug that back into there and get that built at least? And that way hopefully it can fill back up with water that is plugged into the emergency cooling, yes, and into the reactor itself. All right, so to deal with super pressure steam, I have a super pressure turbine. Super pressure turbine, actually this is all done. Can I get all that filled in, please? All that filled in, please. All of that filled in, please. Cancel that because you guys should be all right, right? No, can I go... You know what, go right the way up to the edge. Can I... Ooh. Nope, that's wrong. That direction. Better. Okay, can I... Inner, can I get you to dig there to there? And dirt towers. I need the third dirt tower. The third great dirt tower. Can I get too dirty to come over here and fill from there to there? All right. Which also means I probably need to activate some dirt. How many free trucks do I have? 0. They've still got a lot to empty out of there. That'll be fine. All right. What I need to do is I need to deal with super pressure steam. So super pressure steam goes into the super pressure turbine. Super pressure turbine is super great because it's going to take in 48 steam, give me 18 megawatts worth of mechanical power. As a reactor does 384 steam, it means that I need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, 8 of these. But these output 18 megawatts worth of mechanical power. That's a lot of mechanical power. Also, you can only have up to 72 megawatts worth of mechanical power on a shaft. So I need 2 shafts. Yeah, I need twice the amount of shafts. I know, we were talking about wood for a whole episode. Now we've moved on to shafts. It's fine. Don't question. All right. And for my 18 megawatts worth of mechanical power, well, a large power generator happens to use 18 megawatts worth of mechanical power. So if I have 4 of these and 4 of these, it means I need 4 of these and, that's not 4, but it's good enough. Cool. I need 4 of these. Also, I should probably put on some flywheels at the same time. Let's just go with 4 because why not? Symmetry and all that sort of stuff. So I need to sort of put something together that resembles this. But there's a couple of catches. One, that way. One is I want to have all the super pressure in the middle. So we can bring out the high on the outside. On top of that, these are hard up against one another and I'd like them to be a little bit closer. So we're going to put in things in this order, which means that I can pick the whole thing up and slide it one tile closer to one another. Cool. So then I can put, oh, really? You're off by tile? Why off by tile? Oh, because this whole build's off by tile. Well, that explains it. All right. So it means I can put in my super pressure steam in the middle and take out my high pressure steam on the outside. Great. That sounds really good to me. Can I just run that to there and into there and into there and into there and into there and there and there and there and there. Cool. That is that problem solved. All right. High pressure steam. We'll work out that in a second. But we've got enough filled in. But I would like to put this build right here, right here, right here, right here over our pipes that we've just buried. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, sort of want to get this pipe built out the end before we fill in that area. That's probably important. With me the first time I've accidentally buried the end of the pipe. Yep, in a hole. Okay, I don't need you. All right, I want to put this right here, right here, right here would be perfect. Be wonderful, wonderful. But if I take this build and I try and put it here, you might notice it all works except for, well, the turbines. The turbines, not the turbines, the flywheels, the flywheels. The flywheels are saying I can't be built there. Why can't they be built there? Well, it turns out they're underground. Which means when you take one and you try and put it over a pipe you've buried, the game says no. Well, so that means I can't put it where I'd like to put it. So instead, we're going to be taking this and I'm going to be shoving it here. Here. Yeah, we're going to shove it there. That is hard up against the coastline. It is hard up against the coastline. Okay, we're going to shove that there. Can I cancel all that filling and cancel that filling? And why is that one not getting done? Oh, because you're not actually allocated, whereas they're allocated. Oh, all right. Edit area, flip. You can do that one. Cool. All right. So I need to put these here. Well, also means I need to get all my, super high steam out of this, and then run it into that, and then run the high pressure steam back. All right. So first things first, we're gonna plug in the emergency cooling just in case. Actually, we're just gonna move you to there. Yeah, I like that idea instead. All right. Okay. Next off, we're gonna take our high pressure steam. I'm gonna run it out above this pipe, out to here, and then I'm going to run this in a straight line through to... Nope, we're going to go one more tile, one more tile, one more tile, one more tile. Yeah, one more tile, and after you get to here, we can go over the turbines and drop that into there. Okay, if I rotate that, that should be everything I need to get that running. So we're going to get that pipe built. We're going to get that built. We're going to get all of that built. And then I need to work out the high pressure steam. So the high pressure steam, obviously... It's not underneath, but I can make it go underneath. I can make it go underneath. We're going to make it go underneath. Okay. We're going to run all the way back to here. After I get to here, I'm going to drop it down one tile because I know that I have a gap right through here where I can run my high pressure steam, which we're going to run into our magical overflow valve. Yeah, remove that, build that. Okay, so that is one pipe plugged in, but one pipe is not nearly enough. I need many more pipes. So we're going to plug you into you, and you into you, and you into you, and you right the way around. Good to have a reach around every now and then. And you into you, and you into you, and you into you. No, come on. Done. All right, so with that done, that should be our reactor running. Now, these are all going to be off auto balance because I don't care about the power. I more care about, well, the water generation. All right. Last thing I need to do is remove that so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Can I get the inner team, who I'm pretty sure is done? They can go help the edging team. Just remove a bit more wall. And actually, no, you guys can help over here. Because we had some rock fall down, so you can go help over there. And then what I want to do is I want to copy this, because this should work. or at least be close enough approximately that it should plug in. Okay, we're going to put you here. Okay, and your core fuel. Okay, so we're going to start with core fuel, which is this one, but it's a wrong direction. So we're just going to flip the direction and plug that in there. Okay, then obviously the one beside core fuel is spent core fuel, which is in the wrong direction as well, but that's an easy fix. No, do not plug into a water pipe. I have no idea what that would happen. We'll be feeding spent core fuel to the farms. I think that's how you get the better quality food. Yes. So this is going to be blanket fuel, which is again running the wrong direction. So it should be just a case of flip the pipe, run that into there, and that into there. You should be blanket fuel, being the last one left, and you go to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. Cool. With that done, I should be able to build that, and I should be able to build that, and that should give you fuel. I need... Okay, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's being done. We can bury that, which means towers. That tower? No, not that tower. The other tower. That tower. Okay, edit area, there to there. Alright. Cool. You have water ready to go. You have fuel in the reactor ready to go. We're going to turn on automatic regulation. It's going to need another 18 teraflops worth of power, worth of computing power, and we're just going to crank it in full speed. I'm pretty confident that everything should be fine. Except you're at power production level 6 now, because I've been tweaking power production the whole time, and you guys at 4. Well, you guys are going to take 7, 5, 6. You guys are going to take preference. I don't want you to take preference. What we're going to do is we're going to set up you to be 4. Yep, I'm going to put one of you on 4, one of you on 4, and then I'm going to set you to 5. I'm going to copy and paste 5 to those ones, 5 to those ones, and that way we should run at least one of these turbines because you, no matter what, have to output at least 96 steam. Have to. So if you're going to output 96 steam, oh, cancel. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case. You never know. Maybe I'll put in another reactor. Yeah. 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 Alright, back to what I was saying. You have to output 96 steam, no matter what. So if I put one of these at power 4 and one of these at power 4, then, well, the other ones, no matter what, one on each drivetrain should run. Also means that when I come to here and I set all of these to 9 and copy and paste, they're going to all turn off. Which means I don't actually need this reactor running anymore. We'll turn this one off. This one was only being used for power. I don't need it to do power anymore. The only thing I sort of needed to do is burn off any uranium rods we have. And as we've stopped making uranium rods in favor of, well, just making the enriched uranium, the higher quality enriched uranium, to make core fuel, to run into our pipes, to make, you know, reactor go roar. Actually, that's what we expect. Yeah, I expect you guys to back up. Because that is our stopgap. Because we don't need the water, because the farm's not running. So that error message is actually a perfectly fine error message. It's scary as hell, don't get me wrong. It's scary to see, but actually it's a perfectly fine error message. But it does... Ooh. No, I'm going to have to turn on auto balance. Our power's in the pooper. Okay, hang on. Let's just delete this for a second. So you're doing double duty. You're doing power and water. Which you can't really do. Well, you can do after the farms are running. Because this is going to limit it to, we can only burn off 90 water. Yeah, okay, fine. We need this reactor running just at level 1. No computing power. Oh yeah, because there's no power. Turn off that. Okay, so if you're running, you're going to give us 30 megawatts worth of power. No, I need you to run faster than that. That'll be 60 megawatts worth of power. That'll be 90 megawatts worth of power. We'll just crank you to full speed. Yeah, okay. As long as these are at lower priority, we should be fine. Yeah, I know, everything's in the pooper because I had no power. But power should come back, hopefully, pretty much instantly as soon as these guys are spun up to speed. Which will take a moment, but... And what happens if I turn that on and I don't have enough computing? I don't know. It shouldn't be an issue anymore. Oh, actually, you need maintenance 3. Oh, you need a decent amount of maintenance 3. We make 180. No, we only need 114. No, it's just a power problem. Okay. Alright. So, that should be okay. It'd be doing a whole lot better if I was actually using the water, which means I need to do something about farms. But it also means I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Which means next episode, we can do something about farms. We get farms up and running. With farms up and running and us actually using the water, well, then things will go a whole lot better. But until then, I need to leave this episode here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode with, well, we can get back to food processing. Food processing is mostly done. Mostly. We just need to, you know, actually turn on some farms and get some things up and running. But, you know, next episode. We got 161 workers. What could go wrong? And power's probably okay. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Bye.